What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So, I think I played out the whole thought form thing a little much. Once again, I don't urge, but just to maybe understand what I'm trying to talk about, and, about what's going on with thought forms and all that. Check out that Olympic Games thing. Very enlightening experience. To watch that and see and come up with your own conclusions. Let me know what you think. Do I think these mass programming things can have an effect on people? Absolutely. Do I think if you are practicing magic and you create thought forms and shit like that, are you inoculated from it and are you able to not be affected by it? Absolutely. Because if you practice magic the correct way, if you take on, I can't really see my face, sorry about that. I can't take it out of the black and white mode for some stupid reason on this one. It's a different camera. Well, I mean I can, but it's, anyways. I have a few minutes here to record, so I'm recording. This is what I mean by when I said I want to get awareness out. I'm not trying to force my beliefs on anybody, and I'm not trying to tell everybody they should start doing ceremonial magic or witchcraft. But what I'm trying to say is, if you are in a spiritual movement, or trying to do some law of attraction, if you're in New Age, maybe even if you're in a Wicca, whatever it is that you might be practicing, some kind of mythology. Maybe you're just an atheist who's trying to figure out what's going on. Maybe you're just stuck and you realize you're at the beginning stages and you realize that your programming is not, it's faulty, it's not working. Well, I want to add the most important things that were to me anyways, that really what started the ability to be able to realize that I am actually creating my reality. Because the first time when I wrote down when I was doing New Age and law of attraction was, well, what you think about you bring about. Therefore, if you're thinking about you want to stop working and you want money and you want a house and a car, then all you have to do is think about it, and you can write it down and leave it in your pocket like the Dale Earl Nightingale's information. Great video. I did it on my podcast a bunch of times. I'll put the link down below. Something that was created a long time ago. It's on a record or a tape, and he's talking about the strangest secret. And the strangest secret is how to use your mind, how to get something in your mind. He tells you to write down what you want to manifest, put it in your pocket, take it out, look at it definitely before bed and when you wake up. But I look at it throughout the day, all the time. Anyways, so that's what I was doing. But it wasn't until I started studying ceremonial magic and started diving into different versions of the craft of witchcraft that I started realizing the things that are the most important to be able to, and not to be able to manifest, and how to stop manifestations happening to you, such as something, a collective, a group would happen. If the entire collective right now is taking on the newest app out there, which is coronavirus can kill you. That's not an app you want to take. And when I say app, I'm just referring to one of my last videos when I said your body is the computer or the cell phone, whatever you want to think about, with some piece of some electronic that is able to have an application on it, and have applications running on it, basically. And what I said in, I think it was 2 videos ago, what I said in 2 videos ago, maybe 3, was that Corey LeBlanc is the one app that's on here. And that app has slowly been changing its settings and fine-tuning its settings, let's say, since I've been 0 years old to probably 3 years ago when I was 30 or 29, whenever this whole thing started. And I got to a point where I realized, well, all the things that were put in me for programming weren't accurate, weren't going to serve me, weren't what I wanted, period, inside of my body. So this is when I started learning about witchcraft, ceremonial magic. Well, first it was law of attraction shit. I was trying to attract things to me, but I still had all that programming in me. I still had all those settings in me. So it's kind of like when you're trying to do, like I said before, trying to use Windows software on a Mac, it's not going to work. Or if you have, I forget the name of the setting, but if you're trying to download something from an untrusted source, you need to go into your settings and take that off that you can receive stuff. Well, you're trying to do law of attraction, you're trying to manifest using magic or witchcraft, yet you have Christian programming in there, would be like that setting saying you're not allowed to import or have this programming because we don't trust it. You know, something is stopping you. The movie Inception, that rich guy where Leonardo DiCaprio has to get in that guy's head. Well, that guy was protected against people like him. His father, who was rich as fuck, had the knowledge and the wisdom and intelligence to know that his son might be attacked to get to him. So he programmed his son to have subconscious programming to protect him from people going into his dreams and fucking doing dream work and affecting his company. But anyways, it's kind of like that. That's what your programming is from 0 to whatever age you are now. And you're trying to break that down. So what I'm trying to say is the things that I realize have the most effect when it comes to manifesting in your spiritual goals, okay? These are the things I'm trying to add to, I guess, New Age and law of attraction. I'm trying to I'm just one of those other voices saying, hey, this is how I did it. And I'm just trying to emphasize the things that are most important, like reject, banish, deny. So that's important for manifestation. Now, if we're doing shadow work, since like more than half my face is in the shadow right now, good side, bad side, right? And as you can see, I got more negative than positive, and that's how it is in my birth chart. So, but point is, shadow work is one of those things that is good for your spiritual goals. Now, you want to become more spiritually enlightened, you want to become more balanced, you want to become more neutral, which is super important with manifestation. All these things are connected. But if you need to manifest right now for whatever reason, okay, and you're not willing to wait until you're from a more grounded and a better place, well, then you need to start at least doing reject, banish, deny with every single thing. Every thought you get, every idea you get, everything that comes into your mind, okay, you need to be aware of, which is why meditation helps and why meditation is crucial to manifestation. Because if you are not meditating, if you're not slowing down your mind, if you're not conscious of all the thoughts going on in the background, and you know, I think I'm pretty good at it because I reject, banish, deny, and accept all day long. It was in my head or out loud when I can when there's nobody around. And even though I don't get all my thoughts, some of them slip through. And that's why I said I have a specific way of manifesting. It's already been programmed that I can only manifest within a magical circle in front of my altar. Whether that's actually in the physical in front of my altar or in my head visualizing me at my altar. But this way, anytime I try to manifest by accident, or let's say someone was to, kidnap me and put me in sleep and try to whisper things in my ear to make it work through my head to get their programming out through me, which is kind of what happens when you're watching TV in a trance-like state, just watching TV, and that's all just going in your subconscious mind. Okay, all that doesn't happen for me anymore because I programmed against that to happen. But all these things help manifestation out. So they all end up connecting somewhere down the line. But if you need to manifest money right away, well, the best thing you can do is accept that you're going to get money, accept you're going to get that rage often throughout the day whenever you think about it. You know, you do a ritual for it, you write down that you're going to have that, you put it in your pocket, you look at it when you're sleepy, you're about to go to sleep, maybe meditate and you put it in your head, maybe you focus on it and get it in when you're in a trance. But every time you think about it throughout the day, by accident, because it just comes to your head, it just pops in, you know, you need to add the same emotion you're trying to bring onto it. So if you're trying to banish it away, you might want to use hate when you're thinking about it. Like, I hate that I'm addicted to fucking opiates, and you're like in fear of being that. So it doesn't matter if you're fearful of always using. If you use the fear emotion to banish, it works faster than using the love emotion. Get that down. And this is probably the best way to use your fear, and that side of the emotional spectrum is when you're trying to banish these things out of your life. So the same reason you got those, you were fearful. You were fearful of crowds. You were sad about your life. You were trying to repress emotion from something traumatic or a parent doing something bad to you as a child. So you started using drugs out of fear to not feel that, right? That's how you manifested this addiction. And over time, continually using it, now it's embedded in your subconscious so bad that you can't stop if you wanted to. Well, if you want to stop that habit, you need to create a representation of it, whether that be sigil form, whether you're just doing a ritual for the altar, whether you're picturing yourself no longer using, then you can use gratitude. But when you're trying to actively banish it, like during ritual, you know, you want to, whenever you're thinking about it randomly throughout the day, you can use the fear emotion to also banish it away, the same emotion you brought it in with. All I'm trying to say here is whatever emotion you use during the ritual would be the same emotion you have to use throughout the day, because you don't want opposing thoughts. I already talked about this, I don't know, 10 videos ago, something like that. But anyways, that's why this is important. And I think that's one of those